This is Jim McKay with Paul Gardner and Vern Lundquist, and there's bad news for Washington. Johan Cruyff, the great one, will not play the second half. He re-injured a knee that's been giving him problems all this season. He is simply not able to play in the second half. There's no chance he can come back in. Remember, in soccer, once you're out of the game, you're out of the game for the day. Vern Lundquist trying to get Johan Cruyff for us if he possibly can. Now, substituting for Cruyff will be Gary Darrell. He is the only original member of the Washington Diplomats. He was team captain for 3 seasons. Played the first 2 games this year, but has only played 1 game since, and that as a substitute. He's a citizen of Bermuda. There he is, 33 years old, 5'9", 160 pounds. We have one more highlight we're going to try to show you before the second half begins. If we can take a look at that now, it was the near goal by Giorgio Canaglia. Here he comes.
A highlight at the other end this time. Canaglia put through all on his own by a lovely pass from Romero, taking on the defense on his own. And he's going to move inside the fullback here, which I think is Milatovic, past him, and a right-footed blast, which, as you can see, Irwin slightly leaning the other way, has to save with his foot.
And there is Giorgio Canaglia, hair neatly recombed for the second half. He likes to talk it up, too. This also was in the first half. Johan Cruyff getting a yellow card from the referee for dissent, as they call it.
One of many to add to his collection. But that was after Cruyff got his injury, and I'm sure that was when Cruyff knew that he wasn't going to come on for the second half, and he's very calculating about these things.
Well, this is a big day, an important day for the Washington Diplomats. They must look good in front of their home fans if they're going to build their following here, because they've got a lot of people out here, in addition to national television, of course, and they are, in fact, leading 1-0 with 1 half to go. Here come the Cosmos, right to left this time as they switch ends of the field. Cosmos in blue, the Washington Diplomats in their home whites. Their colors red and white. Over towards Beckenbauer. And stolen for Washington. Mark Antonio was the man who got the ball momentarily. Johan Cruyff, we're told, is in the shower, and we may have a word with him when he comes back out again. But he will not play in the second half.
Checking over the Cosmos team, Jim, and I see no substitutions there at all. So the only change, in fact, is the enforced one of Cruyff's injury, with Gary Darrell taking his place. Now Darrell is not, obviously, the player that Cruyff is. He's not the offensive type player that Cruyff is, so I think that might mark a slightly more defensive disposition from Washington in the second half.
Askew losing the ball to DiBernardo. 2 Americans going at it. That'll be a free kick for the Cosmos.
The shirt-swapping routine in soccer takes place at the end of the game. I think there, Askew was trying to rip DiBernardo's shirt off him in the middle of the second half.
Can't do that. It's not gentlemanly. It's a game for gentlemen, isn't it? Most of the time. Beckenbauer with a lofty pass to Romero's head. Irwin tosses it out to Horvath on the flank on the left side. 1-0 Washington. Long way to go. Washington, Alan Green now, hit from behind by Naskins, but he says play on, says the referee.
Alan Green is not going to go away from this game with too high an opinion of referee Taurus Kabrichin, I think, because he's been decked 3 or 4 times, and the referee's just contemptuously looked at him and waved play on.
You have to be tough to play this game of soccer, because Green, as you say, has been knocked down time and again today, and knocked down hard, sometimes from the rear, and Alan Green only weighs 145 pounds. Whoops.
Oh, dear. Terrible miss kick by Yarushi there as that ball came across, and he was very lucky to get away with that. It came so quickly to Canaglia that, of course, he didn't have time to react to it, but there was a chance there.
Corner kick for the Cosmos, their first of the afternoon. That's an unusual statistic. Okay, there it is. Naskins went for it, but it was not over the end line, I believe, by Washington. I think we'll get another corner kick. Yep. Bogicevic will take it.
Well, that was an example of what we call a near-post corner. The ball was played into the post nearest to where the corner was taken from. Naskins got to it, was supposed to flick it over his head, but of course it was too low for him to do that.
Canaglia in the middle and headed away by Horvath. Ricky Davis going for it for New York. Kicks it back to Eskandarian. Eskandarian now with the ball at midfield. A lead pass down towards Romero, but O'Hara got in front of him very nicely. We couldn't call it obstruction.
No. That was a very nice, clean piece of play by O'Hara. He got on the right side of the player all the time, and Romero was never going to get to that ball.
All right. Now the Cosmos, Franz Beckenbauer. He's got Durgan there, but he lost the ball almost. Darrell almost had a shot.
Well, Darrell should be the freshest player on the field at the moment, anyway.
Cosmos have been on the attack so far in this half, but they look a little uncertain, a little unorganized. Here they come now.
Building up very slowly, as indeed has been their custom, and to many people has been their problem.
Pass from Alberto towards Canaglia. Headed by Yarushi. Headed again by Mijatovic, who is marking or guarding Canaglia and over the sideline.
It's a very unnecessary foul by Askew on Davis there. The ball was going to go out, but Askew has given away a free kick instead of a throw-in.
Next week, the Tampa Bay Rowdies against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Same time, same station, 2 o'clock Eastern Pacific, 1 o'clock Central. Should be a great game. And the header by Romero. He's got the ball again into the net, but there was a whistle. He said it was over the corner, over the end line, so it'll be a corner kick for New York. So, another disallowed apparent goal.
Yeah, well, bogey with the free kick that Askew so wantonly gave away, and you can see that ball was over the line, evidently last played by a defender. So it is a corner kick to the Cosmos. From the other side this time, Bogey traipses all the way over there to take this one.
This field is 75 yards wide, 110 yards long. A lot of ground to cover. That'll be a goal kick for New York as it went up and over the top. Washington, 1-0.
Howard!
Back again in Washington. Diplomats still leading the New York Cosmos 1-0. The action is live. Hot afternoon. 105 on the field. They tell us by a thermometer down there. There's Canaglia going for the ball. Kicked away again by Mijatovic, but the Cosmos maintain possession. Little Romero to Beckenbauer. And now Mark Antonio takes over and gives it out to Horvath for Washington. Crowd having a glorious time here as their team is leading on a penalty kick in the first half by Bob Yarushi. Now goalie Bill Irwin. Will he distribute it out or will he go to the long punt?
So he's going to sit on it for half an hour. He's in no hurry to get it back into play. This looks like a long punt. There's a drop kick.
Yep, an old-fashioned drop kick and a long one. He really boots the ball. Quickly on the field to Verne.
Okay, Jim, you can see by the thermometer, it's 106 right now on the field. A little warm, and no wonder these players are beginning to drag just a little bit. 106 right down here on the field.
Report from our own weatherman. A pass from Romero is knocked away by Mijatovic. As the Cosmos continue to attack, they trail by 1-0. Canaglia's got the ball. That could be trouble, but down he goes, trying to draw the foul. They don't call it. Sonny Askew has it for Washington.
A lot of trouble there for Washington.
Here goes Alan Green. He's got the ball, but 2 men between him and the goal. Now Gary Darrell coming down, but Green takes the shot over the end line. It'll be a corner kick for the Diplomats. A constant roar here in Washington.
Rather a disjointed move that. In fact, Green seemed to me to have an opportunity to put the ball in the middle to Darrell, who was running free on his right, and Green hesitated and finally took what was not really a very good shot.
Sonny Askew setting up for the corner kick. Normally it's Horvath. I think he's just waiting for Joe to get over there.
Either that or they're going to play
no,
short.
It's a little play. Play it into Horvath. Back to Sonny. Little set play. Now into the middle towards Alan Green. He heads it, but in the wrong direction. Romero brings it down. A little thigh trap. Now Beckenbauer for the Cosmos. 1-0. Washington leading. And there goes Gary Darrell over the sideline. 37 minutes, 30 seconds left in the regular time of this game. If it's a tie, remember, in this league, there are no tie games. We go to overtime, and if that doesn't work, we have a shootout. That's a long way off, though.
We're seeing very definite evidence of signs of tiredness on both sides here.
Dennis Weisweiler, the Cosmos coach, 62 years old, one of the great minds in the game. But he can't play for him. They're going to have to do that. Horvath kicked it right into Naskins. Gary Darrell, the substitute for Johan Cruyff, moving it over to Tommy O'Hara. Now back to Mark Antonio. Mark Antonio free by himself. He's got Green in the middle, and only Green. Askew coming down the far side, goes over to Askew, and the boot over the end. Sonny's a good shot, but he slid on the grass that time. It is natural turf here, by the way. 1-0 Washington. Regular time. Washington leading New York 1-0 at RFK Stadium in Washington. Take a look at the crowd. As we say, no official attendance yet, although we will get it before the game is over. but it is estimated at about 50,000 people. The largest crowd they've ever had here before was 5 years ago for a Cosmos game, and that was just over 35,000. They've broken their own record probably by a good 15,000, and that in competition with the big golf tournament in Washington this weekend. Down goes Sonny Askew, and that'll be a free kick for Washington. Very quickly put into play comes to Wim Janssen, number 12. He leads it towards Alan Green, and that's offside, called against Green. And so it appeared to be. Wide World of Sports, remember, coming up over most of these ABC stations right after the soccer game today. Another soccer game next Sunday, same time, same station, remember, on ABC. Tampa Bay at Fort Lauderdale, battling for the lead in their division, and there is a lot of bad blood between those two teams, and sometimes the blood is literal. On Wide World of Sports today, 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central and Pacific, as Alberto brings the ball down. Let's see, moves it in towards Kanaya, but no, Mijatovic has it over the sideline. On Wide World today, USAC dirt car race from DuQuoin, Illinois. Some of the top drivers from last week's Indianapolis 500 in that. Chinese acrobats, and here it comes toward the middle again. The header by Kanaya, and it's in the goal. What are we calling it? I don't see any missed ball. I think it's a good goal.
I think it was a clean goal, a result of a cunning cross from Carlos Alberto, which sort of hung in the air there, and Romero and Canaglia both running in from the far side. Irwin really couldn't come out for that ball, stayed in, and Canaglia beat him. A goal in a sense that this is Carlos Alberto with this sort of curling, hanging cross. Now you see Canaglia is the first player, Romero behind him. Canaglia gets it and loops it just inside that far post. Here's Carlos Alberto with his free kick, spinning. There's Canaglia nearest, Romero behind him. Canaglia just heading almost behind him.
All right, and here comes Washington. Carmine Marcantonio with the ball. Again, Alan Green, as usual, is in the middle. And over the end line. So it's all tied up at 1-1. Washington and New York, and we now have 33 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in regulation time. Another corner kick for the Diplomats. Joe Horvat, as usual, taking it. The pass, the assist given to Angelo Di Bernardo and Alberto. On the goal by Giorgio Canaglia, the all-time leading scorer of the league. Carlos Alberto, again, as Paul said before, he's always in the right place, it seems. Alberto with the ball now. May bring the Cosmos to life, but it certainly should also agitate the Diplomats a bit, perhaps. Cosmos winning the ball that time in the midfield contest. Giorgio Canaglia by himself into the middle, but there's nobody there. Well, suddenly little Romero appears. Another look at the goal by Canaglia.
There's Carlos Alberto's cross. We're looking at it from the great goalkeeper Irwin is seeing Canaglia coming in, and there's that looping header just over his outstretched arm. A lovely dive by Irwin, but I'm afraid to know about it.
Okay, here come the Cosmos again, all tied at 1-1. Somebody's going to win it before the afternoon is out. Bogicevic with the ball. Bogi, the Yugoslav. Beautiful midfield player. Now to Johan Neeskens. Here comes Joe Horvat with the ball for the Washington Diplomats. He's got Darrell on one side, Green in the middle, stays with it, takes a shot right into a defender. Well, you might well have passed that one off, and that, incidentally, is the 500th career goal for Giorgio Canaglia. Now, that includes the games he played in Italy and exhibition games, all the games he has played since becoming a professional. So congratulations to Giorgio again. Here comes Romero. Across the field to Giorgio again. Giorgio in the corner now, has Romero close to him. Into the middle comes Bogicevic. Over on this side, Di Bernardo, and Angelo misses it with his head. Sonny Askew takes it for Washington. Alan Green up at midfield now. Hit from behind by Jeff Durgan.
Sooner or later, I can't believe that Durgan isn't going to get a warning on this, because that one in particular was just flagrant. I didn't see him attempting to do anything else other than knock Green down there.
Jeff Durgan's a big kid, 6'1", 175, 18 years old, and just has been real pleasant surprise for New York this year. They didn't expect nearly the things of him that they've gotten so far.
Oh, he's had some marvelous games. His strength, though, unquestionably, to me, is in the air. He's not so happy when the ball is on the ground with the ball artist, and that's who he's facing, of course, in Alan Green this afternoon.
He made a great save in goal when the goalie was out of the goal in the first half. On a shot by Johan Cruyff, who is now out of the game, remember, because of an injury. Well, Washington will have to do it without him if they're going to do it. It's all tied now at 1-1. There's Horvath. Ooh, a little pushing and shoving out there. Cosmos have been on the attack almost constantly here in the second half, unlike the first half when Washington controlled the ball.
Seems that everything has to go down to this goal on our left here, because that was the direction of everything in the first half when the Diplomats were kicking in that direction.
All right, here they are again. Lofted pass toward Canaglia, but they let it go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Washington. There is Canaglia, who just tied it up a minute or two ago.
On our job, we use signs all the time. This means bunt.
Tie game, Washington and New York 1-1 in the second half. Here come the Washington Diplomats. Again, Naskins was there to knock it away for the Cosmos. The Diplomats seem a little over-eager to take those shots at the ball rather than setting it up and passing it up to somebody else. Well, there's Johan Cruyff.
Okay, thank you very much, Jim. Johan, I know you must be terribly disappointed to have to sit out.
Yeah, well, I started already injured, like you knew. I didn't play last week, so we took a try today. Went well. First, I thought it was 20 minutes, and then when I took the ball away here from Carlos, I pulled it again.
Will it keep you out not only today but next week, do you think?
I don't know, I have no idea. We just wait and see what the doctor says, and the only thing what we got to wait for now.
Well, you gave it a heck of a go while you were in there.
Yeah, well, there are a few things which I don't understand too well either. One is that he takes away 2 penalty kicks here. He gave 1, but he took away 2, and I don't know the reason. And the goal, why he disallowed that one, you know, no idea at all.
Well, they now say Alan Green was offside. But,
how's that possible offside?
okay, thank you, Johan. All right, let's go back upstairs.
Here come the Cosmos again. DiBernardo with the ball for New York. In towards Canaglia, kicked away by Mijatovic. Bogey now to Franz Beckenbauer. The Kaiser, they call him sometimes. Alberto keeping control. Now Yarushi, who scored the only goal for Washington so far on a penalty kick, down to Joe Horvath. The big midfielder from Hungary by himself. Green moving into position. The shot by Horvath. Right foot, not his strongest shot. He's stronger from the other side, you could see that.
Yeah, I think he was trying to center that ball. Alan Green was over there waiting for it, but of course he played it much too near the goalkeeper, so there was no problem for Bergkamp to gather that.
All right, now Bogicevic. Gary Darrell marking Davis here. Carlos Alberto. Crowd quiet. They want to see the team in white get the ball, and so they do. Nope. Kick over the side. Towards the crowd. We have 27 minutes, 24 seconds left in the game. We're going to have a substitute. I think perhaps it's going to be, for the Cosmos. We're having young Cabañas coming in for Beckenbauer.